tonight too. Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I am Jason. He is Zach. Or is that way? Yeah, that way.
That way. That way.
What's up, man?
What up?
Round two today?
Yeah, round two. I'm actually in the podcast in the studio, my studio today, my office.
You had to make do with the car earlier today.
Yeah, it worked out okay though. We had Steve Seiler on half the main event for the Fierce card, and man, I don't know about you, but even just talking to him, it's like it's going to be an awesome night. It's going to be awesome.
It's hard to believe that he's had over 50 fights. That is just
including exhibitions, he said, and Ultimate Fighter and stuff like that. This will be fight number 60 for him.
That is crazy. And he's still young.
He's the younger fighter out of him and Bobby.
Yeah, and I would have thought he was the older fighter, honestly.
You'd think.
Then I looked, and it's like, holy.
You want to see something impressive? Go look at Steve Seiler's Tapology. That dude's been fighting since 2005, has never had an injury that's shelved him. So he's fought at least I think this will be probably the first year that he hasn't had multiple fights in a calendar year. But like 2005 to 2019, every single year, 2-3 fights at least. It's 2007, 8 fights in 1 year.
Yeah, he's been there, done it all. He's been on the big stage.
And he's like, to me, it's like almost like he's the last of like that type of generation. Like fighters now, like you're never going to have fighters that have 60 pro fights again.
No.
You know what I mean? Like he's almost like the step below like Jeremy Horn, right? Who's had like 120 something pro fights, who's still fighting.
Yeah. And who's still fighting now that was fighting when he was? Nobody that I can think of.
Steve Sharp.
Well, yeah, but he hasn't been active.
No, but I mean, yeah. I mean, it's pretty crazy. I mean, it's crazy. And you look how many guys are retired from the UFC that was on the Ultimate Fighter with him. Diego Brandao, gone. Yeah. Dennis Bermudez just retired last year. Last year. A lot of those guys. TJ Dillashaw was just a pup on that show. He's a little guy.
Just that main event is just going to be crazy.
Like I had somebody ask me, like, who do you think's gonna? What up? What's up, Jimmy?
Jimmy, my man.
But I had somebody ask me, like, who do you think's gonna win that fight? I'm like, like it's a great fight.
I honestly, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
you can see it go both ways. That's what makes it so fun.
We've talked about this multiple times that Bobby's probably one of the guys that's ready for that next level. Well. He's getting a next level fight with this one. I
mean, you don't accidentally get to be a PFL finalist within the last 24 months without being legit. You don't accidentally have a nice career in the UFC without being legit. Get on the Ultimate Fighter, because people don't even understand. People that don't remember, if you go back and watch this season of the Ultimate Fighter, he had a big upset to get into the house. He was fighting a kid that was supposed to be was brought in to be one of the main guys in the show. That kid's older brother was already in the UFC and had already made a name for himself. I can't remember the kid's name, but I do remember he was getting all this hype and he's just like, and Seiler beats him.
Yeah. He's impressive, man. I mean, I don't even have a pick for this. Like I don't know where it's going to end. Like, I mean, Seiler's ground game is
sick.
And Bobby showed with his last fight with Samson, his ground game is pretty damn sick too.
It's solid. And Fabio, he fought Fabio, who's a black belt, and beat him.
Oh yeah, and I think did he beat Fabio or did Fabio beat him? I can't remember.
I thought he beat Fabio in a decision. Decision.
Yeah, great fight. Speaking of great fights, this past weekend was just insane.
You want to start with the knockout of the year?
A knockout of the year? That's going to be like one of the knockouts of the freaking decade.
One up that one. I mean,
if somebody's listening, please name another knockout that was more impressive than that Impa and Yoquan Buckley. That was crazy. I've never seen anything like that. Never.
Man.
I mean, have you ever seen somebody get their foot caught like that and then it was freaking
and sleep the guy? No.
Slept.
No. I mean, you talk about exciting, like O'Malley's had some sick walk-offs. Cody Garbrandt's comes to mind. At the buzzer. That was cool. That kick to me was my favorite knockout is Uriah Hall on The Ultimate Fighter with that spinning back kick, and the guy's like seizing, like he hit him so clean and so flush.
Yeah.
Uriah Hall, that was right up there with that. That was just one of those like breathtaking, like, oh, what did I just watch?
It's crazy. And that just started off a night of knockouts, because then you had a knockout in the next fight. You had a knockout in the next fight. Then you had a decision. Then you had another knockout, and then another knockout, decision, and then another knockout. Like, it doesn't get much better than that.
Well, there are things that, I mean, let's go through the card. Let's go through. And Jimmy, you're right. Jason does look sexy with his beard.
You like that beard, Jimmy? I should have had one of these at Liquid Joe's, huh, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Jimmy used to work with me at Liquid Joe's.
What's Liquid Joe's?
It's a bar.
Nice.
He's still listening. I think I had to save him one night from getting beat up, but
Jimmy, is this true? Is this true? Or was it the other way around, Jimmy? You can tell me.
He remembers. I guarantee he remembers. Yeah, first fight of the night. I think we both knew how that was going to end. I was actually impressed with Ulanbekov's stand-up, believe it or not.
Yeah. Pretty technical. Pretty clean performance.
And he's big for 125 too.
Big 125er, tall, long range. He uses his reach well. But yeah, he when I saw that it was the size difference, I thought Silva was pretty game. He was
in it.
He was in it, but
yeah, you could tell by the second round.
You're getting this freakishly weird breed of Dagestani wrestlers that are becoming good strikers now too, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What up, Jordan Marshall?
Mama's boy. When is we going to get Mama's boy back? That's what I want to know. I don't know. Who knows? He better get his butt in the gym.
Jordan, tell us.
Tracy Cortez. I was wrong on this one. I thought Edgar was going to put.
I picked her on the podcast. I liked Cortez. Stephanie Edgar did okay though.
She did do okay. I think Tracy Cortez was just a step above her.
Yeah, step above. I picked the Giga fight too. I said
I was wrong.
He was too technical. He was too technical and outpointed him, and that's pretty much what he did.
Yep, you were spot on that one. Tony Kelly. I think we both
nailed the Tony Kelly fight. The Yokon Buckley was the first one that we disagreed on, and I was dead wrong.
I think
we disagreed on, and I was dead wrong.
I think we were split on the podcast we did too, where I think half of us were on Buckley and the other half were on Impley. I thought the odds should have been a lot closer than they were.
The value is definitely on Buckley, but Impa just looked so tough in his previous fight with Malky Patolo that I was just so impressed with his performance. But Yokon,
he's only 26 too.
He's a kid. His first fight in the UFC was on 6 days' notice off a big LFA main event win. The kid's good. The kid's good. And forget that. That is a KO for the ages, right? That's going to be on highlight reels. That's right up there with Holly Holm. That's, knocking out Ronda. That's a big time KO that's going to be on highlight reels forever.
Top 10 at Sports Center. That was number 1 on Sports Center.
It better be.
How badass is that?
Other garbage sports that are on right now.
And then did you see SVP crying about it? Scott Van Pelt.
No, I know who he is. I didn't hear what he said.
He was just being a little baby about it.
Why?
I guess he didn't like it. I didn't hear I didn't listen to it. I just read about it a little bit. I don't know the exact wording that he used, but
so this is a little bit of the problem with like Stephen A. Smith and these guys. Like, I know ESPN's the worldwide leader in sports, and I know that they cover sports and they have this contract. But if you don't really watch the sport and understand it, don't make your guys comment on it. It makes you look stupid.
Yeah, they got
anybody that knows anything about MMA. That was gorgeous. That was straight up some Taekwondo. Like they called it. That's Taekwondo. They drill that in Taekwondo classes, and that was a beautiful use of a martial art.
So let me ask you this, and I already know the answer, but I'm just going to throw it out there just because we're talking about it. Would you rather get knocked out like that, or would you rather do a bare knuckle fight?
I'd rather get knocked out like that because that way I don't remember it.
Yeah, and he was up fairly quickly after that. It wasn't like he was out.
And
he was
handled it like a freaking champ, dude.
Yeah.
Gave him props, said he's going to get better. Like, man, it was awesome. I became a bigger fan of both of them because of it.
For sure, 100%. And then the next fight, actually, I think we all got. Oh no, you picked Dawkins on that one, didn't you?
Guess who picked Dukakis in a first round TKO on the podcast? Guess who picked that?
You picked it.
Was it you?
You were right.
It was me. It's me. I mean, some of this is just luck, but
yeah, but I think
he's a giant human being.
I mean, when them heavyweights get in there like that,
anything can happen.
Anything can happen. You just you just don't know.
The giant human beings collide.
My boy Tom Breeze coming in there looking like an action figure.
Did what he was supposed to. Did his job.
We knew that was going to happen.
Did his job.
What did we have? I don't even think I saw the end of the Tapuria and Zalal fight.
It was just a unanimous decision.
I don't even think I watched that one now. I don't remember why I didn't watch that one.
You know,
my wife was probably telling me some story or talking my ear off.
Giving it to Cherie.
She's probably watching.
She's going to come marching into the screen and start smacking you. That'd be great. That's why I don't record at my house. No, Tapora, he impressed me. You know, I liked Yusuf Zalal. I thought he was easy money, and hey, there's levels, and he just showed he wasn't ready for that next step up yet. But he's the type of guy, you know, he's another one of those guys that I think he still has a bright future. It's 3 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah, for sure.
Now he's got to fix some things, and he'll take another 3 steps forward, and then he'll get challenged again, and and that's the progress of MMA, especially of talented guys. So rare is it that a guy can just go and just run all the way, Chimaev people, and just run all the way to the top. Yeah,
I mean, do you think he's going to run into his? I mean, eventually he's going to run into some. He's going to get hit eventually. You would think.
Who, Chimaev?
The Chimaev train, baby.
Never.
He's just not going to get hit.
Smash all the way to the 170 and 185 title.
The next fight.
It only took us 13 minutes to bring up Chimaev.
I was waiting for you to bring him up.
It's my guy.
Our boy Tom Aspinall.
I almost nailed this to the second. I said 90 seconds on the podcast.
Oh yeah, I think we all were like first round finish.
And it was 95. I missed it by 5 seconds.
If you're a gambling man, you should probably listen to our podcast. That's all I'm going to say. Listen to our podcast.
We do okay.
I mean, yeah. We got a couple other guys we've been doing it with that are, they dig
smarter
deep into this.
Us.
I mean, yeah, they break it down. I'm just pretty basic. Like, I'm going to go with my gut here and say this guy's going to win. Oh man.
No, Tom Espinal, he needs to be challenged. This is twice. Yes. This is twice that he's fought 2 guys that aren't real heavyweights.
Was this other guy a short notice fight though too? Didn't his original opponent get?
I don't know. That I don't know.
I could be wrong.
That I don't know.
Could be wrong, but he needs a challenge. Yeah, get this guy somebody.
So the next fight I thought was fascinating.
The Duplessis.
I don't know. Say it with a French accent so you sound Duplessis. Whatever. He was the favorite. Yep. He was the 2-division champ in other organizations. UFC debut, had a lot of hype, and he looked stiff. He looked flinchy.
Yeah.
He looked scared to get hit. Kind of like overly tight defense. His shoulders were just tight, like almost like when new guys come to the gym, we tell them when they're first sparring, like relax your shoulders, like loosen up a little bit, like start flowing and moving. I was that way when I first started, for sure. Probably still do it a little bit. And Perez looked loose and relaxed and confident, and he was kind of touching him. And I'm like, man, I was dead wrong on this. And then Perez goes for a spinning back elbow, a la Yari Rodriguez, and Duplessis lands the luckiest punch into the temple. I think his eyes were closed, and he put him face down, up.
That was impressive too.
Was it impressive, or was it just lucky?
It was a little bit of luck.
I mean, I don't mean to piss on the guy's Cheerios. You got a UFC TKO first round win in your UFC debut, and congratulations, sir. But like, I wasn't impressed. I thought he got super lucky.
He did. He got lucky.
I mean,
it happens. Got to have a little luck.
I guess. Good for him. Good for him. Hey, that's who I picked. So, I mean, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not complaining.
I thought Perez, like, man, if you're Perez, how are you not just so disappointed? You're whooping that dude.
It's kind of like the Overeem and the Ryu uppercut from Street Fighter that he got from what's his name?
Yeah.
God, I'm lost my train of thought on his name. It's late. We don't usually record this late, so forgive me for getting all these fighters' names. Rosentrick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Ooga.
Did you ever play that?
Oh,
Are you too young? Are you too young?
No, I played.
Going to the arcade playing that.
Yeah. No, I like that. I liked that Street Fighter game. Ryu.
And Tibera, which I flip-flop on this one.
So I went with Rothwell because Tibera has never impressed me. He impressed me that fight.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was solid.
Yeah, I thought he was too. And yeah.
That was that's a good test. And I thought he passed with flying colors. His cardio was there for 3 rounds. I felt like he won that large in part because he finished really strong in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, I kind of crapped on him a little bit, but because I just said he's never impressed me. You know what? I'm gonna back off that. He impressed me a little bit tonight, or the Saturday night. That's a good win.
You know who impressed me was Edson Barbosa. He needed that win.
Why did that impress you?
Well, I mean, I guess we knew what he brings to the table, but he needed that win. I mean, he
impressed me that fight.
1-5.
We got some comments on here.
Maybe on yours.
Yeah.
You need to change your settings.
Is it my settings?
Yeah, you have to go into your settings on your Facebook and change it. I'll have to tell you after.
Oh, Jarrett Kelton dropping some knowledge on that spinning back elbow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jarrett. He said when you try the spinning elbow, make sure your opponent's not coming forward. The timing's essential for that spinning elbow. That's why Perez got caught with it.
That makes sense.
Shout out Jarrett.
Jarrett, thanks. Appreciate that, sir. But Barbosa, he needed that win, man. That was a good win for him. I mean, when you're 1-5 in your last 6 fights.
But he won his last fight. I mean, I know he didn't win. He won his last fight in my eyes against Dan Ige.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like,
and he had a tough fight with Paul Felder before that too. He was,
dude.
That was an amazing fight with him and Felder.
Barbosa's a savage. And I mean, he was in there with Justin Gaethje, got knocked out by Justin Gaethje, who, by the way, turns out to be pretty good at fighting. You know what I mean?
I love the memes with Justin Gaethje with his glasses on, and it says something about, you mean to tell me this is the guy that's going to beat the guy that wrestled bears growing up?
Yep. That's exactly what I'm telling you.
You think he's going to win?
Let's talk about that later. Let's finish the card.
Let's finish the card.
No, but Edson Barbosa, he looked impressive. He sat down the kid twice. I can't say his name. I'm not going to try and say his name, but he sat him down twice. I thought he was going to finish him. May or may not have had a few dollars sprinkled on him winning by TKO. So I was a little bit disappointed that he couldn't get the finish, but he still paid off.
I thought he was going to get the finish.
And he looked good. It doesn't seem that the cut to 145 drains him too much.
He was peeled,
but he still looks good. His energy's there for 3 rounds. Like, he still looks good.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel like he's doing the appropriate weight cut. And man, I look at it and I look at Edson Barbosa. He had a tough run of it. But if you look at that featherweight division, dude, to me, he's right there below.
So who do you give him? Jeremy Stevens?
Can we get a Dan Ige rematch?
Ooh, I really like that.
Because he's number 14 now, and Ige's 10.
Yeah, I'm all over that.
Shane Burgos. I really think you could see Edson Barbosa. I really think you could see him mix it up with. I think he belongs in that mix with Cater, Rodriguez, Korean Zombie, Zabit, Ortega, Holloway, Volkanovski. Like I think he's in that level of guys that can mix it up in there.
Yeah. Well, the main event I got wrong. Sandhagen is a freaking savage, dude. He's a savage.
Moraes is a savage. Let's not
he
make
really is. He said he got caught. He did say, he's like, look, I just got caught. Like,
let's make no mistake about it. Moraes is a savage. That dude's a murderer.
Sandhagen is dude, what is next for Sandhagen? Give him TJ when he comes back?
Oh, that would be dope.
TJ Sandhagen?
When does TJ come back?
Isn't he? I'm gonna see if I can find it. For mystery for late.
Well, so the fight has to be
January. He's back in January. Sorry.
The fight has to still be Aljamain and Peter Yan, right?
100%.
Right. So, and even Sandhagen said Dana better not give me that fight and slip me in ahead of Sterling because Sterling beat him. Just beat him. You could see we don't know how long Cody No Love's out. He's out of the 125 main event. We don't know how long he's out. Cody and Sandhagen would be a fun fight when he comes back.
Cody, yeah.
Frankie Edgar's ranked number 5, and I think looking for a dance partner.
Frankie Edgar would be good. He actually commented and said Frankie Edgar was a guy he'd like to fight.
I bet he would, because I think that would be I think he'd do very well against Frankie Edgar.
Yeah, just what an amazing card. Top to bottom, amazing card. You're deep in thought.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what they need to do there, and when does TJ Dillashaw come?
January. He's back in January, so you could schedule that fight.
Yeah, he's fresh.
I mean, didn't take any punishment.
Because it's the perfect litmus test too, right? So after that, it'll be Jan, and then Moraes will drop. Aljamain Sterling will be number 1. Corey Sandhagen will be 2, and then Moraes will probably be 3. Touchdown, Drew Brees.
Boom.
It's 2020.
2020. Ooh, looks like we're gonna hit the over.
Yeah, that's good. Anyways,
degenerates over here freaking watching the game.
Anyways, I'm trying to think. That's the perfect litmus test. But TJ says he wants to come back and fight for his title. He cheated. He does not deserve an immediate rematch or an immediate title shot. But you give him Sandhagen, and if he beats Sandhagen, then he's waiting right there for the winner of Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling.
What do you give?
That's perfect. It's perfect.
What about? I mean, you still got guys like Jimmy Rivera coming up.
Oh my gosh, that division's ridiculous, bro. And Rivera just had a big win over Cody Stamen. Right?
Xiao, Dominic Cruz, if he's still. I mean, I don't think he's going to be. Sonya Dong is there. The takedown machine, the Davlishvili. That is a stacked division. Holy crap.
We haven't even talked about it for a while, but it really is. It's terrifying. I mean, you have 1 through. I mean, you legitimately have 1 through 9 that could. And whether you want to throw Dominic Cruz in there or not, probably not anymore. But you literally have 1 through 9 that could be the champion on any given day.
100%.
All the way down to Rafael Assunção.
Yeah. I'm looking at that too. Man, and then this weekend, we got Korean Zombie and Brian Ortega. Ooh.
Don't even get me started. I love me some T-City.
You love T-City?
I love T-City.
Korean Zombie gets him.
How dare you?
I think he does.
You're wrong.
What do you think? You think he's going to choke him out?
Yep. T-City. It's time for a triangle choke. We haven't seen one for a minute.
I don't know, man. Song Yadong. I don't think he's only been submitted one time, if that, hasn't he?
Brian Ortega, from everything that I've heard, Brian Ortega has an elite squeeze. Like when he gets a hold of somebody's neck, it's over. And we saw that with Cub Swanson. That was one of the sickest submissions you've ever seen. That guillotine on Cub Swanson, a legit black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. How much? I'm just looking up my boy.
Syed Nurmagomedov, Khabib's cousin.
Oh yeah.
He kicks off the prelims.
Oh, and this is on next week's card, right?
Yep. James Krause on the short notice fight is back again. Dude's a savage.
Ooh.
Jillian Roberts and her red hair's back in the cage.
You know who else fights this?
Thomas Almeida.
Who's he fighting?
Jonathan Martinez, but Almeida was on quite the run for a while before the Cody. No, he ran into the Cody hype train.
The Cody hype train. This is kind of one of those ones too where I'm not.
Jessica Andrade making her debut at the not strawweight, flyweight division.
Yeah. Ooh.
Gael Gagne, who's a top 10 heavyweight. His last win was over our boy Tanner Bozer.
Really?
He's built like a brick house, 6'4", 245. Looks like he could play linebacker for the Bears.
He does look like he's freaking jacked. I don't think I saw that fight when he fought behind.
He's legit. He's actually somebody that Zach Cavender mentioned when he was on our podcast last. He said he watched him and he's legit. Because we mentioned the depth in the heavyweight division. He's only 6-0, but as a pro heavyweight in MMA, but he's talented, dude, and that's fun.
I mean, the guy he's fighting doesn't look like he's no joke neither.
Nope.
He's fought over in Ryzen, M1. He's 6'5", 240, so he's not out of shape at all by any means. This is one of those cards that when you look at it, people are going to be like, "Nah, I don't really," and watch it end up being a phenomenal card.
But that's why this sport's so awesome. They're all fun to watch.
If you're an MMA fan, how can you complain about this? To having fights, I mean, we have legit top level fights every week. Oh, and did I mention Cyborg's fighting this week too?
The only person that's complaining is my poor wife because there's no off season.
That's what me and Cherie were talking about that the other
poor
day.
Cherie. Poor Hillary and Cherie.
She's like, it's just hard because she's like, it's cool that we get to see all these fights, but she's like, it's hard for me to follow one fighter. Like back in the George St. Pierre days, it was, George St. Pierre, or you got a Tito Ortiz. Like everybody knows the top guys. Now there's so many guys fighting that it's if you're not paying attention, you could get lost very quickly.
Oh, by the way, Jarrett Kelton pointed out Sandhagen and TJ trained together in Denver, so that fight's not happening.
Oh, is it not? Fractured Fox. Gentlemen, this is exciting. Who's that? Do you know who that is? I don't know who that is.
Thanks, brother.
He's watching. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah, we got Cyborg fighting this weekend too. I think we touched on that the other day. Not this weekend.
Who cares?
I want to see her lose again. I want this Hawaiian chick here.
I want to see her lose again, he says. That's hilarious.
Well, everybody, I mean, she is a beast, but
she's so annoying, I think.
Why? Because she looks like a man?
No, I'm not going to go that far.
Can I not say that?
You just did. You just did.
That's what sucks about doing these is because it's recorded.
And oh, by the way, it's live now, so you can't edit
Somebody
it out.
could like twist my words around and be like, "Oh, Jason said she looks like a man."
Well, you did just say she looks like a man.
I mean,
I will let me put this on rewind, and I quote, "Why? Because she looks like a man." End quote. Jason Laporte.
Oh, man.
No, she. No, I something was really weird and fishy with the whole Nunez thing. She wanted a rematch, but Dana like said she wasn't taking the fight, but she was asking for it. And I tend to think Dana's a liar with a lot of that type of stuff, but that made.
Thank you. She has masculine features. Maybe that's the way I should have worded it.
Well, there you go. But no, it's not that. It's that I didn't like that she was like, I want a rematch with Nunez. I don't really think she did. I actually believed Dana and Amanda saying, okay, like we could do that. You think Amanda Nunez was scared to rematch Cyborg after what she did to her?
No. I think that fight.
She would have done that to her again.
Yeah, it would have ended up the exact same way. Nothing different in that fight.
The problem with that matchup for me is Cyborg had never been in the cage with somebody that had felt her power and didn't like wilt a little bit.
Yeah.
And break their will a little bit that could match her skill level too. Right. There was one girl that took a 5-round just beating from Cyborg.
I think I remember.
And she was tough and she hung in there, and it might have been that Felicia Spencer, right? She got beat up pretty good by Chris, but she was tough and she hung in there. But man,
hi Kelly.
Hi.
That's who I got flex from. Kelly is who I got flex from.
Oh, what up?
Yep.
The freaking but Amanda, there's a reason why she's the GOAT of women's MMA. And I don't even like saying that because I'm not her biggest fan, but I don't like him. I'm not a huge fan of Amanda Nunez, but you got to respect what she's done and who she's beaten. I mean, her resume is she's beaten everybody.
Yeah, and pretty convincingly.
She's beaten everybody.
Shevchenko, even though she beat her, I wouldn't necessarily say she convincingly beat her.
Well, she did it, but she's also the bigger girl too, right?
For sure.
Valentina was fighting up in her weight class. Pound for pound, I like Valentina's skills, but you can't deny Amanda's resume.
Yeah.
She holds wins over everybody. She holds wins over everybody that's ever held that bantamweight title.
You think Megan Anderson, does she stand?
And finished them.
Does Anderson stand a chance?
Yep.
I think she's got a damn good chance.
If Amanda's on top of her game, no.
Which, I mean, she
had
a new baby.
The reason why I'm saying Megan Anderson has a chance is Amanda's made a lot of money.
Yep.
Amanda just had her first kid with her wife.
Yep.
Is a wife, girlfriend, whatever.
Wife. She's married.
Wife. Okay. So she just had her first kid. She's got a lot going on, and she's kind of elevated into all-time greatness. And it's so rare to end on top in MMA, right? It's so rare.
Very rare. I mean,
and I'm just picking against her is just saying history suggests at some point her focus and everything isn't going to be the same, and she's going to get beat.
It could be you could be watching St. Pierre Matt Serra upset.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody saw that one coming.
No.
I don't think anybody's giving Megan Anderson a chance.
Let's stay in the women's division.
Yeah.
Right? Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey was a perfect example.
Yep.
It's not that Holly Holm was just way better MMA fighter than Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey was not engaged. She had too many other things going on in her life.
Yeah.
She's trying to be a movie star. She was trying to, it's natural and it's okay. It doesn't take away from Amanda's greatness.
this isn't the sport that you can half-ass. Like you're either all in or you're out. Like really, like
there's always another hungry person.
Like it's got to be hard to have that drive day in and day. I mean, that just goes to show how impressive John Jones has been over the years. Fight after fight, say what you want, hate on him all you want, but literally for 10 years, the dude.
Oh, I missed this comment. Jarrett Kelton said, met Chris Cyborg 6-7 years ago at a grappling tournament at the UFC Expo in Vegas. She squeezed my hand and she had huge traps. And if you've ever met Jarrett Kelton, he doesn't have small hands. He's strong hands too. You know, he works with his hands.
I need to show you how to do that so we can get your comments showing on here too.
That's so funny.
Oh man.
Sorry, I'm seeing these like some of them late, but that was funny. I have to share that.
That's all right.
Back to your other question. Does Gaethje beat Khabib? Same thing. I know Khabib's Khabib, but you know, I mean, his father's death is going to affect him one of two ways. And he might fight in honor of him, and he might not be denied and be even more locked in and focused and all that. And I could see that. And I mean, there's a very real scenario that Khabib goes in there and just does his thing and smashes Justin Gaethje. But again, I actually think Justin has the tools and the skill set, if he can execute a game plan against Khabib, to beat Khabib.
He very well could. Any like they say in football, any given Sunday. I mean, it could happen.
I mean, he shouldn't be favored. He shouldn't. You know, I'm not saying, oh, it's going to happen. Justin's going to knock out Khabib. I'm just saying he has the tools. He has the tools to beat him. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's just it's real.
I'm going to bank on that. He's coming in, that Khabib's coming into this fight motivated. I think he's going to be motivated.
Okay, so here's another question. Khabib did an incredible job keeping his emotions in check and fighting smart with Conor, right?
Yeah.
Without his dad's kind of, you know, there to keep his thumb on him a little bit and keep him locked in and engaged mentally the way that he should be. Does he fight a little more emotional in honor of his dad? There are things like, I don't know. I think you saw it with Conor. Khabib's obviously super mentally tough, but you know, losing a parent or a close family member, stuff like that, you know, it can change a man.
He wrestled bears when he was a kid.
I don't care. The bears weren't trying to kill him. Get out of here. It was a cub.
How about that freaking cougar?
I saw that.
Holy crap. What was that, Provo Canyon?
Yeah, I saw that. Stalked that guy for like 6 miles.
6 minutes.
Oh, 6 minutes.
6 minutes. The guy was recording this freaking cougar following him.
What a way to go. He should have gone Facebook Live for that.
Well, he recorded the whole thing and it's all over. What would you have done? What would you have done?
That's why I don't hike. I think I don't enjoy it.
That's why
I was in Moab all weekend with the fam, and we went on a couple of hikes, and I enjoy spending time with my wife and kids. I do not enjoy the activity of hiking.
This big bad fighter, 185-pound champ doesn't want to go on a hike.
Nope, because cougars can kill you.
That's why you always carry.
Yeah, and that's what I said. What would you do? I would have grabbed the biggest stick or a rock, and I would have chucked it at. Everything I've always heard is that cougars they want an easy meal, and if you they kind of attack people that are alone by themselves or whatever. So I would have fought. I would have fought. You know what I would have done? I would have squared up on that cougar and I would have fought him. we would have touched gloves, and I would have started kicking him in the face. No, I don't know. I'm running like a banshee.
See, Fractured Fox gets it.
No, yeah. I'd have my 12 gauge shotgun and just start blowing shells at that thing.
The video is going to go from 6 minutes to about 30 seconds.
Oh, my wife did point out, she said that the guy did throw a rock at the cougar.
I didn't watch it all the way through.
I would have thrown a big rock at the cougar.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Touchdown Chargers.
Yes. Yes.
You like that?
Yes. Yes. Should have just took him straight up. I should have teased it.
You pansy.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you will. So dumb. Do you give Gaethje any chance against Khabib?
I give him, I'm going to go with the general consensus, and I give him a better chance than I think anybody else has had, but I still think the same results are going to happen. I just think eventually Khabib's going to get him down and just ground and pound. I just don't see him. Khabib's not stupid. He's not going to stand and trade with him. Like, he's too smart of a fighter. I just don't see that happening. And, maybe Gaethje will keep him away, maybe he'll be able to stop a few takedowns. But
I'm just saying, go watch Gaethje's, you watch his last fight. I think I think we're in for an epic fight. I really do. I don't think it's going to be Conor was competitive, more competitive than. Shut up. Don't give me that. He won the first round, Dingleberry. It was the first time anybody won a round.
Wasn't it the second?
Okay, maybe the second.
Decided to stand.
Oh my gosh. I can't even with you right now.
That almost, you probably think freaking McGregor won a couple rounds against Mayweather too, didn't you?
Well, he did. Oh, Jesus. You stop it right now, Stephen A. Smith.
Oh man,
you stop that.
Hey.
No, I'm just saying Conor had some success on the judges scorecard. First time he won round. Khabib never had lost a round. He really made him work in the first round for that takedown. Khabib didn't really do much with it in the first round. He did. But eventually he wore him down. He made mistakes, but Khabib was never in trouble. In that fight, even in the round that Conor won, it was never in trouble, right? I think Gaethje there could be moments where we could see Khabib potentially in trouble in this fight, more than Conor, because Gaethje's defensive wrestling that's what he's known for.
Yeah, I don't see it, man.
I know you don't see it because you are a Khabib nut rider.
Look, I'm going to be cheering for Gaethje. I just don't see how he does it.
You can't cheer for the Russian.
I'm not, man.
This is USA versus Russia. This is the oldest rivalry since the Miracle on Ice, bro.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Hey, you know what? I want to give a shout out to our boy Rowdy Akers. Fight didn't go the way he planned, but man, you gotta give the guy credit. Took the fight on short notice. Fought a hometown kid. Yeah,
got more balls than I do.
Didn't quite go his way.
I can't say this enough. I just do not like bare knuckle boxing. It is not. It's not martial arts.
No, I think we've talked about it on here before, and I'm not a huge fan of it as well. I just
like MMA. I've heard people say, I've heard people say stuff like MMA is so good because they love violence and all that. And I get it, but there's a beauty and a skill, like Buckley's spinning back kick and sleeping the dude. There's an appreciation and a beauty and a skill to that. That's bare knuckle boxing doesn't have that.
And there's levels to it in MMA. You go to a local show, usually the first 2 or 3 fights, they're usually kind of brawls. But then as the level starts going up, the experience level start going up, you start getting into those pro fighters, you're really watching martial arts.
You're watching guys that have worked their entire lives at a craft.
Yeah.
At the highest level. I feel like bare knuckle boxing, like the thing that I can't understand is Paige Van Zandt.
I don't
or
know.
whatever, or I mean, Rowdy. Let me, all love in the world. Rowdy knows I loved him, messaged him, love you, Rowdy. Dude, he's trained since he started training in kickboxing.
Yeah.
Boxing too, but kickboxing.
Yep.
I believe he's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu.
Is he really? I didn't know that.
He's all that time in jiu-jitsu. I mean, I know he was a blue belt when I trained with him, but I'm pretty sure he got promoted to a purple belt up at SBG.
Yeah.
Well, why just throw all that away for one aspect?
I'd like to know what they get paid. What do they get paid? What does a guy like Rowdy get paid? Can you Google that? Is that something you can Google?
I mean, I'm sure purses are announced, right?
I'd be curious to see what these guys paid, because he said it was good.
He said it could be more than the UFC.
On the low end, bare knuckle fighters make $2,500 per night, which is comparable to, and in many other cases, greater than what they would make competing in smaller MMA promotions.
Yeah, but the damage is significantly worse.
You look at Rowdy. I mean, he's got a closed eye, and a pretty nice little gash on his head
that was pouring blood at the end of the fight.
Yeah,
literally pouring blood.
I think it was just because it was a head, because where it was on his head.
He's got a big old bald dome.
But that kid, I mean, props to the kid. He fought. He was tough, because Rowdy
hit him too.
He tried to bully him, and that kid wasn't taking it. And if you listen to the pre-fights, that kid was talking about that Rowdy would try to come in and throw big shots, and he would just have to keep his punches straight and down the middle, and he did.
Stuck to his game plan.
Yeah, it was rough to watch, man. And like you said, I love Rowdy. We both love Rowdy, but that was a little hard to watch, man. I don't want to see anybody getting busted up like that. Like, it's just, to me, it ain't worth it.
I care about Rowdy too, right? That's the other thing. But I mean, I have a hard time when people try and tell other people when they need to be done too, right? He's a grown man. He gets to make his own decisions. And if somebody will sign him and pay him to fight and he wants to do it and he still has that fire to do it, I can respect that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Kamara just made the sickest catch over the defender's head. Oh my gosh. No, but I can respect that. And but there should also be a time too where he's a father and he's just started a business.
Yep.
And he's in his mid-40s. And out of 100% love and care for him and as a father and just his kid Charlie, like Rowdy would have nothing to shake his head about or hold his head down if he retired and that was it. He could compete in jiu-jitsu, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Compete in jiu-jitsu. Or I would rather see him take an MMA fight, which I wouldn't. I would rather see him do that than taking the.
I'd buy a ticket.
You can't tell me that guy couldn't make that same amount of money if he's fighting on a steel fist card with as many people that know him out there and follow him.
I think it's a little tougher now because he's not here locally.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forget.
But he's still a favorite here. When I won my title fight, he was the main event.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was, wasn't he?
I mean, he's still the man. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
we're gonna do a fight companion one of these nights on one of these lives.
On the main event, just for the main event to start off with.
What if we just did like the whole main card?
Yeah, that's what I mean. The main card. No, I'm sorry, not main event, main card. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the main card. It won't be this weekend because we'll be out in Tooele watching our boy Cole Schaefer. Fighting for Mountain Force.
I'm really, 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 really excited to see that one. Is he going to want to come on? Can we get him on before we?
Yes. I'll get him on.
Come and talk about the fight a little bit.
He's so talkative.
We'll have to get Tess on.
Okay. She'll come on.
What else sucks too? not to take away from Cole's fight, is we just did the fighter spotlight with Hansvik, and Boomer's out for the title.
Is that officially been announced?
Yeah.
Have they announced a replacement yet?
No, I saw there's been a couple people asking for either 135 or 145 title fight.
Well, no, Brandon's 135, dude. Let him. Don't make him.
No, he's 135 or 145.
Oh,
I think he's always fought at 145. Just that fight.
Give me some of the names. Do you get any of the names?
I didn't see any of the names out there. I think it was Trevor Goldman put it on Facebook. As soon as we got off the podcast with Brandon, a couple hours later, he got word that Boomer was out. Which, yeah, I don't know what happened, but it must be pretty serious if he's having to pull out of the fight.
Oh yeah, Boomer wants to fight, and I know Boomer wants to fight.
Yeah.
If Boomer said at one point he was going to take a fight, then yeah, it's legit. I don't know, man. It's tough. Like I'm ready to rock and roll.
How's training going?
It's good. 2 really hard hours tonight, coached by Aldo and LJ, and we got some good work in tonight. I wish the fights were this weekend.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Thursday. We have your opponent joining us on the podcast, which I think is super awesome.
Yeah, dude. I can't verbalize this or share like this emotion enough. Like I have no, people, I don't know. I don't care. We could be friends before and we could be friends after. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, it's competition. That's all it is. It's just competition. I could talk with him probably up until a couple hours before, just like I could somebody I was going to play pickup basketball with, or slow pitch softball with. I'm dead serious.
No, I believe
like,
100%. Yeah,
I don't know him. I don't have any reason to hate him, have any ill will towards him, whatever. And I don't think he knows me. And he doesn't. There's no. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like me. I don't think so. I don't know. Lucas Montoya always tells me I have a very punchable face, so there's that. But I'm going in there with the mindset of I am preparing my body for war. I'm on track to have probably the easiest or one of the easiest weight cuts I've ever had. I'm taking it. That part is going super good. I'm able to relax the way I want. I'm still healthy, I'm not worried about any serious injuries or anything. We all get bumps and bruises through camp, but that's part of the game. I'm going in there with the mindset of I'm fighting a dude that's, and I can't wait to express this with him. I want to go in there and steal that whole freaking show. I hope me and him go on there and put on a 3 to 5 round war that makes at the end of the night that everybody goes, that's really cool. Bobby King, Steven Seiler, and all that was really cool. But man, freaking Johan Rubio and Zach Partridge, those dudes freaking went at it. Like that's what I want. Like that's like win, lose, or draw. Like that's what I want.
I just realized it is a 5-round fight for you, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. There's gold on the line too. And I freaking want it. And anybody that doesn't know, I've been itching since February 21st. That night I was ready to take another fight. Like it
is,
I don't care.
It is on the 14th too, isn't it?
I haven't heard of a date change yet.
Well, I'm still holding out hope, but it looks like everybody's saying the 14th because now everybody's starting to
get tickets.
Yeah, they're starting to get the tickets. I saw Trevor post today.
Pre-sale this starts today, and then next week they'll become live.
Oh man, I'm gonna be bummed if it's the 14th. Well, I'll be streaming it, so regardless.
Yeah, no, it's cool. But yeah, it's and Fractured Fox said, some fighters have to get in an angry place, and you know what? I've been there too. Just so you know, I've been there too. There's a fight where you kind of get in, and to be clear too, the couple hours leading up to the fight, I go to a place mentally that you do have to become a different person, because at the end of the, like I said, at the end of the day, we're not playing pickup basketball. Like,
no,
I'm trying to put his lights out, and he's trying to put my lights out.
He's trying to put your lights out too.
You know what I mean? And but it's not because there's ill will. It's the competition.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
and it's I've always taken the mindset of, like, if I don't do it to him, he's going to do it to me. So, like, yeah, I'm going to do it to him. That's my goal. I freaking. It's a weird thing, but yeah, that's my goal. I was thinking about it on my drive home from Moab today, and it's like, if I lose, as long as it's earned and it doesn't end the way that my last one did, like I can it'll sting, but I can live with that. I go in there and like I said, I feel like I'm the underdog. He's 8-0. He probably has the best amateur record in the state of Utah at 8-0. With wins over Tanner Hines, Lehigh Dominguez, fought on RFA. Like,
those are big wins.
Big wins, right?
Those are huge wins.
And so, yeah, I'm freaking pumped. Like, it's for a title. Like, it's for gold. Like, that's what I like.
Strap, baby.
I want it. I freaking want to add some hardware to this podcast.
One to go next, have them side by side.
And I said this with Cody Bunderson, but I still think it's freaking cool as all, I think it's freaking cool that I got to be in a fight and in the other corner is going to be freaking Jeremy Horn.
That is pretty badass. We need to tell Johan on Thursday, hey, get your coach on.
Can we get your coach on?
Have him come on.
Can he do it?
Give us 10 minutes.
He's the coolest dude. He does like these gun competitions still, trains firefighters. Does like
still fighting
120 plus career pro fights. It's the coolest dude.
Yeah.
And so I just have, it all comes from a place of respect, but yeah, make no mistake. Like, that's the other thing. Like, he's not going to be afraid of me. I'm not afraid of him. We're going to go in there and we're going to try and kill each other. And then I hopefully, say what's up after, and I'll be a fan of his for the rest of his career. And whatever after that, it's whatever.
Chargers in field goal range, by the way.
I just saw that. Dude, he's going to miss it. That was sick. He's going to miss it. He's going to overtime. Yep.
Dude,
going to overtime.
Herbert, 18 of 29, 4 TDs.
He's legit. Justin Herbert's legit.
People weren't giving him any credit coming out of college.
Why not? I
don't know. I don't think people were. Yeah, Jeremy Legend, the whole.
Braves just went up 3-1.
Ooh, that was a good one too. I should have jumped on that one with you.
Like that? Let's go Braves! Chop on, baby.
Stay away from baseball, man. I get my ass kicked every time I play baseball.
I don't even care. I'm just a Braves fan.
I would like to see them beat the Dodgers. I hate the Dodgers.
Every year I say, if it's a Dodgers Yankees World Series, I'm not watching. I won't watch a single pitch. But if I'm lucky, it'll be a Braves World Series.
Could very well get it.
Oh, man. I want to know who Fractured Fox. Dude, do we know you?
It's got to be somebody.
I hope so. I don't know who you are, and I feel bad.
Oh, I can't click on the thing neither to see.
Oh, man. Fractured Fox. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Sick.
Well,
you going to stay on to see if they hit this field goal?
Well, I'm not watching on TV. I'm in my kitchen.
What's the matter with you? You need a TV in your kitchen.
I guess I could have pulled it up on my computer. I have my other computer. I have 2 computers in my kitchen.
Well, look at you, fancy.
My kitchen is an office, Zach. I don't really have this is my kitchen. The background of my kitchen is.
I love it. Lines up. 50-yard field goal. Oh, timeout.
Did he
Come on.
Or
no, he didn't get it off. All right. Let everybody go. But that fight card was so sick. We have so many more fighter spotlights coming on this weekend. We're still trying to get Mitch Ramirez and his girlfriend Sula on. Super excited for their fights. Trevor Bradshaw will get on, I'm sure, at some point. We got Bobby King's coming on. My opponent, Johan Rubio. Cole Faust, we're going to get you on one way or another, either with your dad or without, but I'm going to get you on. He punched me in the face and beat me up a little bit tonight.
Oh, it's Anthony. He trains with you.
Oh, freaking Anthony. Hey, what up, bro? Dude, Anthony Schultz, that dude, he's got some nice little karate. We trying to get him to come spar with us, but Anthony won't do it. He's got some nice kicks. Anthony's nice. He's nice. I mean,
Are you training this Saturday?
100%. He hit the upright. No good. He hit the upright.
Oh, it's going to OT.
He hit the upright. That's clanged it.
All I know is we won. So
straight cash, homie.
All right. So stay tuned.
Saturday. You, Dalton, get your boy Tanner. Let's get a nice roll.
Tanner got a new gi he was bragging to me about.
We don't do gi on Saturdays.
That's what I told him, but he can wear it.
I won't wear my gi, but he can wear his, and I will choke him with it.
He's been taking private lessons, he said.
I bet he has. Dude, that guy's so big. I'm like, I talk smack, but he could just smash me.
Dude, man.
It's like 6'4", 260.
Oh, yeah, and ripped. Not like, solid.
Not Ben Rothwell, 260.
No, not
Marcin Tabira.
Like, I do bodybuilding competitions, ripped.
Could he fight? Let's get him an amateur heavyweight fight.
Ooh.
Who wins between him and Bryce?
Well,
Bryce has experience, right?
Bryce has experience,
but he's that big.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh,
that would be sick.
Tanner, if you're listening, we're setting you up for a fight.
When the Rona's over, you're going to be in a steel fist cage, buddy.
We're signing up.
How about that?
All right.
Well, I told my wife it wouldn't go for an hour and a half, so it's an hour.
Wednesday, Bobby King, 3:00. Fighter Spotlight will be live.
Dope.
We out.